Hello there, welcome back to ProfNeel. It's a pleasure having you here. Today's narration is about how true grit impressed my client to give me a huge order for a lifetime. So somewhere in 1998, 1999, when I was marketing manager for Deccan Aviation, the private heli-charter company, which later then was the mother company for Air Deccan, India's first budget airline. So I was in Delhi on a tour, and I was interacting with travel agents and tour operators. And I was tipped off by acquaintance that there was one particular person who brought in this very niche, very elite, small groups of 4 to 6, ideal for a heli charter. So I saw his number, I got his details, I called him up, and he asked me to meet him. Next morning, that was at Alaknanda in Delhi. And now Alaknanda, that's where his residence come office. He stayed on the 3rd floor. I knew it was going to be difficult because there was no lifts there in those buildings. I had to climb up 3 floors with my laptop bag strapped on my right shoulder and my walking stick in my right hand. A very steep incline. Finally, I made it on time to his door. He was there at the door. He immediately took a look at me and opened the door and asked me to come in and showed me the washroom because I was sweating not just because of the summer but because of the sheer climb up with my one left side totally paralyzed. But I wanted to do it and I did it with my true grit on my side. He was very cordial and warm, offering me water and refreshments after I came out of the washroom. Asked me to take some time to regain my breath. Inquired about my left hand side of the body, paralysis. Not very, just a general query. And then I handed over the literature, the Deccan Aviation, helicopter literature and flyers. He generally took a cursory look on it. And then he said, I have a group coming in, 6 people. So you have a helicopter with seat 6. I said, yes, we do. And it's for the Golden Triangle route. I said, yes, perfect. He said, but I confirm it. Before even he could see the rates for the helicopter, so the guy said, so I was a little surprised. But then he had a very strange condition. He says, I will send the mail to you and to your supervisor confirming the order with all the details. And you can fill in the rates. I know you'll give me good rates. Because I know about Deccan and the people who work there. They're all retired military officers, so they will not play around with the rates. And so he said he had one condition that I have lunch with him and then he will send the mail. Now that was the most strange condition, the condition that I found to be the most strange in all my interactions, any clients, that they would ask me to have lunch and then they would confirm. So lunch was served and his wife joined him. His wife joined us. His wife was his business partner who managed the office. And post-lunch, we sat around in the living room. He told me that, why I gave you this order, Neil, without thinking anything about it, about looking at I didn't even look at your literature. I just passed a cursory glance over it to make you feel happy. He says, a couple of years back, 2-3 years back, I had confirmed a group, a very elite, moneyed, very elite group. And they've been referred to me by some other groups whom I had managed. And I tripped and fell after their flight had taken off from US. I had a hairline fracture in my instep. I could not afford the plaster of Paris cast in my leg. And my wife could not go because she was an office person, besides she was in the family way. I only had to go. It was a commitment that I made. And not because of the money, but because of my name and because of the commitment I had made, and they would be disappointed, it would be cancelled. There was nobody else who could take over. They were a husband-wife team, a small little team, but they're doing excellent business. So I went to the orthopedist and explained the problem to him and said, for 1 week, I need to do something to keep going. So he says, the orthopedic gave me a lot of medicines and do's and don'ts. Asked me to buy a pair of shoes, so one size extra, and so that it could fit the thick crepe bandage that the orthopedic gave him. It also gave him a sort of pad under his sole so he could walk. And every evening in the luxury of his hotel room, he would dip his ankle in hot water, in warm saline water and ice cold water, something like that. Some formula he worked out, which the orthopedic had told him. Now I don't remember exactly what, but that was the formula. And of course, painkillers and a lot of tablets to keep the swelling down. But it was painful. It was painful, very painful. So there he was, and after finishing the golden triangle, he was seeing the flight off, the group off. Just before about to see the group off, one of the group members asked him a reason for why he was walking around with the walking stick. So they said they had noticed his limp, which was trying to hide. He was using a walking stick because you would not have been able to manage without a walking stick. So then they were very impressed when he told them the reason, and that once he had committed and he didn't want to spoil their holiday, they tipped him in US dollars a good amount of money, plus they promised that they would refer him to a lot of other people in the networks, and they were very well moneyed and very well connected. And because of that money, he could buy that. He could afford to buy this flat where he's staying. That it helped him pay that difference which he was looking for, and he could also pay for his wife's delivery charges. That group referred him to a lot of groups, and likewise, as in the hospitality industry, once people refer you, they keep referring, they become brand ambassadors. He kept getting these small, elite, niche groups, and thereby he increased his size. He bought a bigger house, he had a bigger setup, a bigger office, he had staff. All this because of true grit. And that's why he told me, Neil, I know how it must have felt for you when you were climbing up the staircase with just your true grit with you. So that's why immediately he typed out a mail to me with a CC to my supervisor. Now, he didn't mention the rates, and he just said, as per the rates quoted by Neil. I had not quoted any rates. That was the reward I had for my true grit. So true grit always pays. I realized that true grit always pays. After confirming the mail and a CC to my superior, I was treated to tea and refreshments. He didn't let me go. And we had a good time. Now, that is what. You need true grit to embrace every twist and to enjoy every turn. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.